Every month, money appeared in my bank account. No name, no explanation, nothing. At first, I thought it was a mistake, but then it saved my life again and again. I was a poor single mother struggling to survive, and that unknown money kept me from losing everything. But the truth behind it destroyed me in a way I never expected. Crying face. My name is Aisha. I live in a small rented house with my 8-year-old son. I work 2 jobs every single day. In the morning, I clean other people's houses. At night, I serve tea in a small cafe. Still, I never had enough money. Bills were always waiting. Rent was always late. Food was always limited. My son Zion was my only strength. He was innocent, always smiling, always asking questions I didn't know how to answer. Mama, why are we always worried? I used to smile and say, I am just planning your future, my love. But inside, I was breaking every day. One night, everything collapsed. I got an eviction notice. 3 days left to pay rent or leave the house. My hands were shaking. My eyes filled with tears. I had no one to help me. No family. No support. Nothing. That night, I sat alone on the floor and cried silently. I didn't even want my son to see me like this. Then I checked my bank account one last time, just out of hopeless habit, and I froze. Money had been deposited. Exactly the amount I needed. No sender name. No message. Just anonymous transfer. I thought it was a mistake. But the next month it happened again. And again. Every time I was in danger, money appeared. Rent paid. Bills cleared. Food bought. It felt like a miracle, but also like a shadow was following me. I tried everything to find out who it was. I went to the bank. They said they couldn't trace it. I checked my surroundings. Nothing unusual. I asked neighbors. Nobody knew anything. But one thing became clear. Someone was watching my life very closely. One night, I wrote a message on a paper and left it in my room.
Who are you?
Why are you helping me? The next morning, the paper was gone. And instead, there was a reply. Because you deserve to live. My heart started racing. From that day, things became even stranger. Old photos started appearing in my mailbox. Photos of me from years ago. When I was pregnant, when I was struggling, when I was completely alone. Someone had been watching me for years. Fear started growing inside me, but I had no answers. And then, I received an envelope with an address. No name, just a location. My hands were shaking when I saw it. I couldn't sleep the whole night. The next morning I went there. It was a quiet house on the edge of the city. Very silent. Almost empty looking. My heart was beating so fast as I knocked the door. Slowly the door opened. And I froze completely. A young man stood in front of me. Maybe 25 years old. He looked at me and his eyes filled with tears. Then he whispered, Mom. I stepped back immediately. No, I think you are mistaken.
I don't have a son like you.
He shook his head slowly. You don't recognize me? My mind was spinning. Then he said something that shattered everything I knew. I am Zion. My breath stopped. That's impossible. My son is only 8 years old. He smiled sadly through his tears. No, Mom. I am your real son. The one you gave away when I was born. Suddenly, memories hit me like a storm. Years ago, I was extremely poor. I had no money, no support. I was forced into the hardest decision of my life. I gave my newborn son for adoption. I believed he would get a better life without me. I cried for months thinking I would never see him again. And now he was standing right in front of me. He took a deep breath and said, I grew up in a good family. I studied hard. I became successful. But I never forgot you. I searched for you for years. My eyes filled with tears. Then he continued. When I found you, you were struggling, working 2 jobs, barely surviving. I couldn't come to you directly. I was afraid you might reject me again. So, I started helping you silently. I couldn't speak. My whole body was shaking. He said, every month, I sent you money. Every time you were in trouble, I was there but without showing myself. I just wanted you to live peacefully. Tears were falling down my face nonstop. I touched his face with shaking hands. I never stopped thinking about you, I whispered. He hugged me tightly. Years of pain, separation, and silence broke in that moment. We sat together inside his house.
He told me everything. How he tracked me.
How he built his life. How he watched me from far away, unable to come closer. And I realized something painful. The help I thought came from a stranger was actually love for my own son. A son I had lost, but who never stopped loving me. Before I left, he held my hand and said softly, "Mom, I will never let you struggle again." I shook my head slowly. "No, I don't want your money anymore. I just want you in my life." He smiled with tears in his eyes. And in that moment, I understood something deep. Sometimes life separates people for years, but love always finds its way back. Even after pain, even after distance, even after time.